guys, I have a replay of a TvP that I just had that I want to show you. Absolutely fantastic game. So I'm actually doing the bomb cloud here against Protoss, which is extremely aggressive and risky. But I've been really having a lot of fun playing these games, and I guess the thing is that what it does is it forces this kind of style of play. It forces you to be very resourceful with a few units that you have, and try to find ways to play from behind, get counter damage, and to try to survive. And I think it can actually help you work on your micro, because if you play a standard game, you tend to focus on your macro and get frustrated, if you get behind in terms of your macro. But this here, you take for granted that your macro is bad, and you try to focus on your micro, and it's very important to micro your units well and be very resourceful with what you have. And I think I do that well in this game. It's not all, there aren't all disadvantages to doing it this way either, because what you can sort of do is fortify what would ordinarily be your 3rd, 4th, 5th bases if you can survive that long, and then you can actually backwards expand later in the game and take your regular bases in a much safer manner, and you also have your production closer to your opponent's base, so you can, in terms of for things like harassment, there's less travel time for your units to get there. So I'm going to go for SCV Scout. I think you have to go, there's no expansion, you have to go double gas. Okay, what do we got here? Okay, it looks pretty standard core first, I think. You have to go double gas here, because otherwise you're just not going to have anywhere near enough units to really deal with anything. So yeah, this is going to put us even further behind, but I think it's mandatory. And what I'm going to try to do here is create a little bit of a wall, so I think SimCity is quite important. So if he runs in a Zealot or a Depths or something, you can sort of, you've got a wall that you can fight behind. Okay, so he has expanded, so it looks like, yeah, standard core first. I'm not sure if we've been scouted yet, but get the factory down, and then we want to be pulling out of gas a little bit, so we can hopefully get an expansion in the not too distant future. So we're going to go for a Reaper so we can scout, or go directly into a reactor. Marine first with a bunker would maybe be a little bit safer, but I do need to get some. Okay, so there's an Adept coming across, so we have to be a little bit careful here, especially because, yeah, I went Marine first. I don't have a bunker up yet, so I'm just going to bring the Reaper around this side. Now, one of the advantages, he's probably going to be scouting the natural and the main first, so it does buy us a little bit of extra time, which is kind of nice. That's very important.
Add-on complete.
So we've got a little bit of time now to get some Marines in production. I have dropped the expansion. Yeah, he's discovered it. Okay. Now, I have to be a little bit patient here. So let's buy some time with the Reaper
are under attack
until we get our Marines out. Okay, can we pull the weak ones back? Okay, I got a Widow Mine to cover this side. Okay, we actually have enough to fight it now. Can we get it cornered? Yeah. Oh, that's good. Nice. That was a good cleanup. And that's actually a gap there. We didn't lose any SCVs actually, so that's nice. But he has scouted what we're doing. Now the other advantage of this build is it can sometimes provoke your opponent into playing excessively aggressively or doing something, instead of just sticking to their normal game plan and macroing, they often feel like they have to kill you, or this build does put you behind economically, but it doesn't put you behind as much as your opponents often think, especially if you play double gas, because you are getting tech and factory units out fairly quickly, so you still have resources to defend. Okay, yeah, so he is coming across to attack. 2 Stalkers and an Adept. So we have got that bunker up. And I think I might need another bunker on the other side, but it looks like he's going to come through the east side. Yep. So we're actually, okay, I'm going to go for Cyclone. So you want to go for units that have micro potential and multiple utility. Can we get a pick off here? We should be able to. Yep.
Our SCVs are under attack.
Oh shit, okay, there's an Oracle. Okay, but this is where the Cyclone is going to be good. I'm just going to park it there. Is he going to come back in? He is. On the Widow Mine. Nice. And we are going to get the Oracle. Okay. We took a fair bit of damage there. We're going to get... But we didn't lose any units. And we were able to pick off 2 Stalkers and an Oracle, and we got an 2 Adepts earlier. So that's really nice. So we're going to be very far behind economically, but our army supply situation is probably not so bad. Okay, now I'm actually going to build a I've got a turret up now. We want this for detection and because he's playing Stargate. And I'm actually going to build a planetary, I think, on my second, because we need to defend this location, our production, and it's going to be, you know, because we're so far behind,
Command center upgrade complete.
it's going to be hard to hold 2 locations. Yeah. So he's asking why I moved. Like I mentioned, it's a challenge. It's a fun challenge. I'm just busy typing here. Okay, there's. So fortunately we have vision now. Can we actually get that if he's not paying attention? Maybe because he's typing now. Oh, we are gonna get it. We're gonna get it. That's beautiful. 2 Oracle pickoffs is huge. Okay, let's see what he's doing. Okay, a bunch of Stalkers. Blink's not done yet, or at least he was quite slow to see me coming in. Okay, so we're gonna try to fortify this location, and we want to be putting these tanks in strategic locations like high ground,
Research complete.
walled off ideally, that cover multiple entrance points. So that tank can cover both the west and east entrances. Well, we're gonna have a planetary
complete.
Covering this side.
SCV ready.
So our production's very slow. We've got very few units and very little economy at this stage. But we have kept what we have, which is nice. Okay, is he taking a 3rd yet? You'd have to assume so. So I'm gonna add 2 more racks. Yeah, there's a 3rd up. Can we get a pick off? Looks like he's building a lot of cannons and so forth. So you can see how far behind we are. He's already saturating the 3rd.
Ready for dust off.
Fueled up, ready to go.
Add-on complete.
Yeah, so we want 2 tech labbed barracks so we can get stim and combat shields.
SCV ready.
So this location is looking quite nice. We've got a couple of tanks, a couple of bunkers, and we have got our planetary. So I'm going to start taking a 3rd myself now. Now we need to start to think about doing some harassment and counter damage, because otherwise we are just going to get stomped later in the game if we get too far behind economically.
Ready for dust off.
So I'm going to go for a drop on one side, and I think I'll go for a liberator on the other. Okay, there's another Oracle. Where's my Cyclone?
Reporting for
Send my
action.
Cyclone across, and I'll send. Oh, what was that?
Our SCVs
Is it a
are
D-
under attack.
Oh, it's DTs. Okay, it looks like. Hold on, let's just deal with the Oracle first. Look, it looks like we got it. Okay, nice, we got the Oracle. So that's 3 Oracles down, and I think it was a DT that our tanks got to pick off. Yeah, this is the DTs. Okay, he did get a tank, but we got two DTs by the looks of it, so that's a good trade. Now let's see if we can do some multi-prong here. Okay, no, he's got Stalkers in position.
Boy. Enemy contact.
Maybe we can get something done with the Liberator. Oh, this is a good time to attack with the Liberator because he's got a distraction.
Add-on complete.
So I've got very few units to send across. Oh, there's DTs as well, but we do have detection. We do have detection, so these are expensive units. Okay, yeah, I do. Okay, the turret's still up. Yeah, we can stim on top of these Stalkers now. Okay, I mean that was a lot. Okay, we got a full kill on the 4th as well. Oh, and the Liberator, 21 kills. This was absolutely fantastic trade. I mean, we did lose a lot of SCVs. Let's go and hit the main. We lost a lot of SCVs, but he lost, you know, a huge number of units hitting the planetary there. Those DTs are very expensive. He lost a bunch of Stalkers. And we got 21 kills with the Liberator, and the Liberator's in the main at the moment. Up to 26 kills. We might even be able to get it out. So it looks like his army is mostly Stalker DT. I wonder if he's got any more tech. Can we get anything done here? He does have a cannon in position. That slows us down a lot. Can we get some kills? Oh yeah, he's blink's done. This was bad. Yeah. That was probably a bit greedy. That was a bad trade. It looks like he's still on 3 bases though, and damn it.
Mineral field depleted.
Now the question is, do we have enough to push here? Because he's lost a lot, right? And he's probably rebuilding workers. This might be his army is Stalker heavy. I haven't been dropping mules, so I've got some scans up my sleeve. So we're taking our 3rd here. This might actually, we might have an opportunity to push if he's still got a predominantly Stalker-based army. My army's very good against Stalkers, especially if we can get a siege. So I'm just going to come around this side because he might be rebuilding his 4th on this side. So let's have a look. No 4th on this side. Okay, so he's resaturating. Okay, look, we can actually get a really nice siege position here. Oh, he's coming up the ramp in a choke. Oh my god, he blinks.
Command center upgrade.
He's gonna lose all of these Stalkers. Can we shut down some of the production? Get the battery? There's a DT that we're gonna catch there. Oh my god, we've actually done it. My opponent just resigned. So let's look at the units. You can see that we're still 20 workers down, but he has no army. And what tech does he have? He does have Storm, but he doesn't have any High Templar. He doesn't have. Does he even have a Robo? Not sure if he does. But yeah, he built too many cannons. See, this is the thing. We did the harassment, and then after we left, he built all these cannons. But they were too late. So yeah, he's got plenty of economy. He's even taking 2 additional bases down here. But yeah, he really needs to go into Robo tech. He's got no units. So the thing is, we can kill this base, but really what we want to do is kill all the pylons in the production, so that our army supply advantage remains intact. So this was an absolutely fantastic game. So let's have a look at the replay. And it goes to show if you micro your units well and you get a lot out of them. If you scout, you get a lot out of your units. You can actually win even with a very significant economic disadvantage. So you can see that we're already 4 workers down, and our expansion is of course going to be very, very late. Okay, so it's standard core first. Into Stargate, which I didn't manage to get a scout off.
Glory to the depth.
So yeah, it did delay the Adept. So that delay was really, really important because we were still waiting for some Marines to come out. So
Research.
okay, so we got an Adept to pick off, and we didn't lose any workers. Okay, but we are 10 workers in it and an expansion down. So we've got a lot of work to do, and we didn't scout the Stargates. And he does get some good damage with the Oracle. So we get a 1 free pick off there.
We meet our fate.
But he loses the Oracle. Okay, so he got 7 worker kills, which was very, very painful. So you can see we're on 21 workers here. He's taking a 3rd, right? Where we've just landed our 2nd. So he's got 2 fully saturated bases, but he has lost 2 Adepts and an Oracle, and a Stalker, I think. 2 Stalkers. So So he's he derped it. He lost another Oracle there. DT Tech. I think Stargate DT's not. He's like, yeah, why not get all the tech? We're so far ahead. Let's get all the tech. We don't need a lot of units. DT doesn't work so well with Stargate because Stargate induces turrets. Okay, so we managed to get just one probe, but we're still 20 workers down here and a base. But our army is actually able to fight his army because he's investing a lot in tech and economy at the moment. Our army's okay. I think Stim and Combat Shield are on the way. I'm not sure if we have them yet. But he's going for multi-prong again.
Battle is upon us.
But yeah, he loses a DT. Those are expensive units, and he loses the Oracle. So yeah, he's losing a lot of units here. So again, my army just continues to grow because I'm not losing much army.
I'm here in the shadow.
Okay, that was lucky. And yeah, he commits a lot here. This is a strategic mistake. He should have gone for the other base. And that buy can cleans up three of the stalkers, and the Liberator just it gets insane damage. And this is actually one of the most powerful parts of the strategy, is to try to do tremendous counter damage with a very small commitment of units by inducing him to attack, right? And then you have a planetary, you have some bunkers and tanks, right? So you induce him. This was really the losing moment in the game for him, because he committed a lot and lost a lot here. And yes, he got I'd already lost 7 or 8 SCVs, so he got about 15 SCV kills, resetting it down to 25. But we got as many or more SCV kills, and we got 2 stalker kills with the Liberator, and we got a full base kill here, and we killed all of his DTs here and all of his stalkers. Not all of his stalkers, but we got 3 or 4 stalker pickoffs. So overall, we dealt as much economic damage as he did, and we got a whole lot of units. And whereas we didn't really lose any units at all. So you can see if you look at how the army supply is progressing here. Our army, he's still only has 11 stalkers. We've now got 2 marauders, 22 marines. We've got a couple of medevacs out. We've got a tank. Our army is getting better and better, and we get a whole lot of additional free kills. So now that the economic situation is actually, we're still well behind, but it's starting to even up a little bit, because we've got a delay on the 4th. I still don't have a 3rd base, so oh no, I do have a 3rd base. So we're about to take our 3rd. I've only got 1 set of mules, so we're still very far behind. But our army supply is looking good. Now this was a mistake, because I really couldn't afford to throw away those marines. If I'd had them with my push, I've only got 1 medevac here, so this is a very expensive mistake. But he's taking 2 more bases. When this is the thing, if you're already far ahead economically, instead of investing in more economy, you should probably just invest in more units. If he'd gone for Robo Bay, got some Colossi, and he would have been much better positioned. But we're hitting a timing here where his army's been whittled down by these failed attacks. The investment into additional bases is not going to pay off. Those cannon investments are not going to pay off. And he doesn't have enough to hold the push here. So yeah, he just loses absolutely everything. So yeah, this was a beautiful game, and I think these wins are actually a lot more satisfying. So yeah, army supply is 59-8. A lot more satisfying because you've obviously played from behind. So the only way that you can win is through outplays. And so when you pull it off, it's very satisfying. It was against about a 2-6, 2-7 rated opponent as well, about 2-6 I think. So yeah. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this game. I'm quite proud of this. Really happy with how it went. We got a little bit lucky. A lot of things went right, but yeah. But the overall result was a really great game. So I'll see you next time. Cheers.